Yo, what's good, everybody? Today I am making a YouTube video slash podcast. I am on Spotify on the Mental Health Before Wealth podcast. I am on YouTube as well with the same name. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things I wish I knew after high school. We're going to get right into it. Number 1, the party trap. Partying usually leads to alcohol, obviously, and other drugs. When we are going to these events and partaking, we don't really know ourselves all the way. I am 31 and I know so much about myself now that I never knew before. But mostly because I didn't care when I was young. But I realized I have an addictive personality. For everyone who doesn't know what an addictive personality is, it's basically you literally anything you get into, you get addicted to it immediately, like that. So after high school, I started drinking, I started smoking, I started playing video games. I played video games since I was 3. Hence, I have a addictive personality, right? I started playing video games when I was 3. I was introduced to it when I was 3. My parents, my mom knew how to play, but mostly my dad, he bought a Super Nintendo, I remember, and Mario was my shit. And then it just started from there. I remember playing Mario, I remember playing all those games, and I never stopped. I've been playing every single video game since then. Even now I play now, but I know that I have an addictive personality, so I prioritize my goals and I make sure I have, everything in order, make sure I'm working, make sure my son's taken care of, all that stuff, right? But this is something that I didn't know when I was younger. So after high school, you graduate, you're excited, you feel like you just took over the world. And I'm not trying to bash high school graduation and all that. Congratulations, you did it, right? You're finally out, you're finally granted freedom after 18 years. And it's like, cool, now what do we do, right? So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the party trap. I became an alcoholic after high school. I became a pothead. I became addicted to video games. I became addicted to making excuses. I became addicted to a lot of stuff. I became addicted to lust, pornography, all that. Sex with women, all that, right? And I have beaten a lot of those things now that I'm 31. A lot of those. I still struggle a little with some of those, but it's like minimal now. But still, we could always work to be better and to be better, right? So anyways, when you're younger, you don't really think about the consequences ahead. And I get it because I was that age as well once. I drank so much, I partied, I wasted a lot of time when I didn't know that the same thing I was doing after high school, I could have been doing now. Like literally, I could go to a party or to a bar now. I could literally do it all now, right? But now I'm trying to play catch up. I'm trying to catch up, and I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to become a millionaire. I'm trying to gain financial freedom. I'm trying to gain leverage. I'm trying to gain all that. And it's tougher now when I'm 31. I'm still going to do it because I believe in myself, and my confidence has grown so much that I feel like I'm able to do anything I want. I feel like if at 16, 17, I had this sort of confidence, I could have been an NBA player. I could have been literally anything I wanted to be, because this confidence it's huge. Like I believe I could do anything I want. I believe if I really wanted to, I could go to the NBA still at 31, And I know y'all are laughing and, you know, maybe it made you giggle, whatever, but it's true. If you look up the oldest NBA player drafted, I believe it was 35. So I still have 4 years. Or it was around there. But anyways, besides the point, you could literally do anything. Steve Harvey said everything's impossible until someone does it, right? So, you know, but yeah, FOMO was a huge part in everything. Not realizing I could have done literally everything when I was younger now, right? So FOMO, fear of missing out. I thought I was missing out on stuff. No, partying is always going to be there. You can literally party when you're 80, 90, 100, like literally party, right? So I believe that during this time after high school, everyone should get a job, learn a lot of skills, follow your goals, follow your dreams, create goals, all that stuff. Get a lot of skills, learn like 7 languages if you want to. Freaking learn one of them. One thing that I did, I'll get to it in a little bit, but so yeah, make your goals, make money, and make your life easier now rather than at 30, when you'll probably have kids, your parents or grandparents will start having health issues, and you will be broke, feeling helpless for them, right? You don't think about that when you're younger. You're like, man, like, how am I gonna have, or I wasn't thinking that my grandma was gonna need a wheelchair when I was 31, when I went to go visit her last year. And I was like, oh no, it was 3 years ago or 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I went to go visit her, and I didn't know I was gonna feel helpless, not being able to help her. Her begging me to help her, her husband passing away, her begging me to stay with her, her begging me to do a lot of things. And you know, this is one thing that woke me up, and I'm grateful for it, but I feel so bad and helpless. I never want to feel like that ever again, and I don't want anyone else to feel that way as well. My son will never feel that way, because I am turning up, I'm teeing up, I am making sure that I develop all my skills now. I'm making sure I'm catching up now. I don't party at all. I don't do any of that. Period. Like, I want freedom. I want all that stuff. It's weird when you get out of high school. Life's gonna feel weird because you have all this freedom and you're not gonna know what to do with it. So that's one thing that you should realize. Don't party. You could party when you're older. Start working hard now when you're 20, 19, 18. Start making the risks. Start making all those things that I am scared to do now, but I have to now. Like, I literally have to. I have no choice. I'm gonna either make it or die. Like, I'm not gonna stop. Like, I have no choice. But yeah, number 2, save money. I know it sounds silly and so simple, but yes, save money. Like I said, you don't want to feel helpless when your loved ones are going through stuff, and it will happen. You know, God forbid something bad happens to you, any of your loved ones, but it's gonna happen. One, like, either, you know, recent, or maybe it already did happen and you already feel that way. Start saving up money now. I watch a lot of poverty videos, and you know, my goal is to help people in poverty and everything as much as I can. But that really shows you how, you know, how to be grateful in life and how to not take any opportunities for granted. Like, it's crazy. Like, save money. Don't feel helpless in the future. Like, by the time you realize you want to help them, you end up not being able to, so you start rushing everything. It feels like the odds are stacked against you when you're older. So save money, learn how to cook. This one is huge to saving money. Non-home cooked foods is the worst for your health and wallet. It'll make you feel like shit and depressed. So if you don't save money and you're always going out to eat, McDonald's, Taco Bell, I know when you're young and you're drunk and everything's fun and you're eating all that stuff like I used to as well, it doesn't, you know, you end up getting fat at the end once your body stops, you know, once it starts not burning fat as fast as you used to. you get fat, and you got to work out at the end. So save money, go to the gym, cook, learn how to cook. That's how you save money. Do little things to save money. Speaking of saving money, learn stocks. Number 3, learn stocks. I know stocks sound scary when you watch the gurus and they do day trading. It's not like that. When people are day trading and you see them you see them put like $1,000, $2,000 down, and the things goes up and they're like $8,000, or it goes down to negative $4,000, whatever it is, right? It looks scary, but it's not like that at all. When I started doing stocks, I realized that you do gotta watch them, but not as much as you think. I use Robinhood, I use public.com, I use a lot of things. But invest in stocks, invest in a Roth IRA. Literally, if you invest in a Roth IRA, by the time you are 30, you're gonna have around $10,000 or even more, depending on how much you invest. And that money is non-taxable after 5 years. So let's say the max is 7,000 something. It's somewhere around there that you could invest every year. 7,000, you put it in, it starts making money, and little by little, like literally you're not doing anything, you're just investing. Depends on what you invest in. Everyone's favorite is going to be the S&P 500. S&P 500. Look that one up. It just went up 0.90% today. And if I had all my money in there, I would have been up about 1,000, 2,000 already in like a month. So look into investing in those stocks and look up look up stuff rather than buying a Nike shoe or stuff, because you're gonna start getting a job and you're gonna start having money and you're gonna start, you're gonna be like, man, I have freedom, so I'm able to buy the new Nikes, the new Jordan Slide 4s that nobody wants. But you know what I'm saying? You're gonna start getting money and you're gonna realize, like, dang, I could really buy everything. But instead of buying Nike shoes, which are around 80 to 200 plus, invest in a Nike stock. That way you're able to be like, oh, I own Nike, I own a percent of Nike, rather than, oh, I own a shoe. It's way better. Learn to invest in assets and not liabilities. Think of it this way: if it doesn't make you money, don't buy it. If it's gonna make you lose money, don't buy it, right? If it's a liability. So like our shoes, you put them on, you need shoes, right? You don't have to get the nicest shoes. You put them on, they lose value throughout time. They might make you money if you buy them and resell them for a higher price. That's an asset. But like, I don't know, like a stock is an asset. It's gonna make you money in the future. Learn the difference between assets and liabilities. Number 4, learn a skill. The saying is true: the more you learn, the more you earn. You should be getting a job at this point after high school. But think of what you can do to take down 2 birds with 1 stone. When I was younger, I wanted to learn how to cook, so I ended up working in a kitchen. This helped me out by saving money on food outside, and I also ended up eating healthier whenever I chose to. I was able to make food for my girlfriends that I had. I now make food for my family and my son. That was huge for me. When I learned how to cook, I never thought I'd know how to cook, and I ended up I was like, I need to learn how to cook because we need food. I don't know. I really chose it, and it was just sticking out to me. I was like, why would I not learn how to cook when, I do love food and I love going to the gym, and I was like, I want to make my own food. My mom cooks all the time. I need to learn how to cook, so that I'm not always needing someone to do something for me, right? So learn a skill. Every time you learn a skill, you end up finding ways to make more money. The more skills you have, the more money you're gonna make in the future. I'm not saying go pick up a skill like go freaking hula hoop with 7 hoops. Maybe that'll make you money on TikTok. Even that will make you money. But yeah, learn a skill that actually pays the bills. Yeah, so when I was making food and everything, my son loves my food. My parents, you know, I barbecue for them. That way I'm able to, you know, do something to provide for them, so that I'm not always the one like, oh, do you guys have food? No, I'm making food this time. Let me buy the food. Let me cook you guys food. It's something that you bring to the table and you don't feel like you're mooching off of everybody, right? So yeah, another one is read a self-improvement book every day. I haven't gone in a week, but I've been going to Barnes and Nobles, and it's like a library, except it's not, it's a store. But you could literally go in there, read a book, and you don't have to pay for it. And I just sit there with my son. We buy a coffee or something. So again, we're not mooching, but we buy a coffee to support. We buy, you know, a little bakery item, whatever, and then we start reading. I've been reading, what's it called? Let me look it up real quick. It's Thoughts. It's the one where you change your thoughts, and where's it? Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. I read maybe 40 pages and it changed my life already, and I'm not even done with it. I have that one. I have Rich Dad Poor Dad. That one changed my life as well. Just reading these self-improvement books and thinking the way they do and just absorbing everything really helps you out, and it helps you learn, have a different mentality and how money works, and how life works, and how you're supposed to be spending your time. Whenever you hear the saying, hang out with 5 people that are successful and you're going to end up being successful like them, read a book. You're hanging out with them because they wrote it. That's how they think. They're literally letting you inside their brain, and you're literally, you know, reading exactly what they wrote down, their experiences, how they made it, how you can make it in the future. Maybe it'll make sense later, but the more you learn, the more you earn, right? So maybe in the future, the more and more you learn, you're like, damn, I really got like 20, 30, 40 books that I just read. And at that time, maybe you'll be like, damn, I'm really like, oh, I could do this with my skills. Oh, I need to learn skills first, and then whatever I'm really good at, I could turn that into an asset, right? And then you can make a business off of that, right? Like me, I want to make a business, maybe a gym business with, you know, and I want to cook. I learn how to cook. I know how to meal prep. I know how to do all that. So I could turn that into an asset. Plus I could train people in the gym and scale that up in the future and be like, okay, I'm going to train people, gain some money, gain some followers, make some content on it, record everything, you know, little by little you scale it up. Not everything, remember, everything is not easy. You gotta scale it up. You gotta start small and keep going up, and little by little you just scale it up. But you cannot scale stuff up without discipline. You cannot scale stuff up without learning a skill. You cannot scale stuff up without saving money. You cannot scale stuff up by being in a party trap where you're trapped in the party mode, always party, and everybody doesn't know. You know, don't get stuck in a party trap. Don't get distracted by anything like that. Don't get distracted. Keep going up, because I want everybody to be successful, because the more people that are successful, the more better of a future we have on this earth. And my son is in the future, right? So I'm thinking of my son in the future because of what happened to my grandma back in the past, 3 years ago, where I was helpless, right? So if I'm able to help the future out, I'm able to help out his future, because he's going to be in it in the future. So, you know, however the hell that works, they say you can't change the world until you change yourself. So I changed myself, and now I'm trying to change the world, and that's why I'm here. And hopefully my son's future will be better and brighter because of that. Number 5, learn about yourself. When I was younger, after 18, like I said, I didn't know how to, you know, the addictive personality. I literally was addicted to gambling. I realized so many stuff that was wrong with me. I was insecure, angry all the time, and a jealous individual. I literally thought every girl was cheating on me that I was dating, not realizing if I had worked on myself first, I would have probably been married with a family already. Not that I regret anything, or I wouldn't have my amazing son. Don't regret your mistakes. New mistakes are good for learning. That's why you got to make your mistakes when you're younger. And, you know, the more you grow and grow and grow, you're going to end up not making those mistakes when you're my age at 29, 30. Because once you start making all those mistakes that I'm making now you could bring the perfection up to 30, and that's when you're gonna be close to a millionaire. You could be close to being way better off than I am at the moment. But I'm not doing that bad because I'm really, really trying hard, and I'm really scaling everything. Like I said, I have discipline, I have everything, I have self-love. I haven't been depressed in 3 years. I don't believe in it anymore. I destroyed it, I beat it. I'm better now. I'm trying to better myself to better everybody else for my son's future, right? So yeah, if I worked on myself, I would have been married, but I don't regret anything. New mistakes are good for learning. Remember, life is the best teacher. Literally, life taught me so much that it doesn't make sense, but it will in the future. You're gonna be like, damn, life really is the best teacher. And that's a saying I've heard. It's literally the best teacher. It's better. It's like when a father is not when he's absent to his son, and the son ends up growing stronger than if the dad was there, right? So yeah, basically that. Someone's listening to me. Anyways, but yeah, whenever the dad is absent, you end up growing stronger than you would have if he was there, because absent makes the heart fond, whatever, right? And you end up becoming a stronger person. But yeah, try to better yourself, because it sucks when you hurt other people. Learn skills that help you think more optimistically. Seek help. Literally seek help. Look for a therapist, look for whatever, that way you're able to help yourself. Don't make the mistake that I did and miss out on love, miss out on all these things that I missed out on. I freaking missed out on love. I'm single still at 31 years old. But it's okay, because I've had a lot of experiences where I've had a lot of great experiences. I don't regret anything that I've done. I'm happy the way I am right now. I'm fulfilled, and I do need love right now, but it's okay. Like, I'm trying to help y'all though. Like, I'm content. I get lonely sometimes, but it is what it is. I know how to deal with it now, because I've learned skills. I learned a lot of skills where whenever learn skills as well, learn how to deal with anxiety, learn how to deal with whenever you're depressed, learn how to deal with learn how to eat healthy, learn how to live healthy, a healthy lifestyle. Because little by little, it's when you start going up and you start, you reach age, I think it was around 27, where I started getting fat, and I was like, damn, what the hell? And my body stopped burning fat and all that as fast as I realized. And then my vitamin D started depleting. All my vitamins started depleting, and I was like, damn, I'm not as happy as I used to be. So I started taking vitamins. I started taking ashwagandha, literally ashwagandha, to deal with anxiety, to deal with blood flow, all that. I drink vitamin D, fish oil pills, and I'm really taking care of myself. The thing is, as well, I'm not worsening my life as well. I'm bettering myself. I eat healthier. I go to the gym every day. I eat healthy stuff to help myself, all that stuff, right? So you may not realize it now, but you're gonna need those things. And if you start doing all those things now, and you start going to the gym, if you start eating healthy, if you start getting super buff by the time you're even 30, you're gonna keep doing it. Develop a habit and develop a good one, because everyone's gonna need the gym sooner or later. Literally, I've seen so many people in hospitals when I was working at the hospital, so many people in rehab where they couldn't walk, they couldn't work out, they couldn't do anything. They had to do the light workouts, and they're old and they can barely walk. Super beautiful nurses are taking care of you, I guess, if that's what you want to do, and hang out with beautiful nurses. Or you could date a beautiful nurse and be super buff, and You know, marry a beautiful nurse rather than get taken care of by a beautiful nurse. I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather marry the freaking nurse. Because they were beautiful, they were hot as hell. But yeah, extra credit. If y'all want to stick along, I got some extra credit for y'all. I got some extra credit, some extra stuff that I want to put on here that I thought about. There's so much more that I have so much more advice. If you guys want to follow my podcast or my YouTube, go ahead and just follow it all and listen to it all. I really do talk about mental health and everything, and then I'm gonna start talking about wealth and everything and how you could up that as well, because I've been learning a lot of stuff and I want to share that with you guys. Extra credit. Don't care about what people say about you. Everyone's opinions that I cared about no longer matter, because I don't talk to anyone at all that I used to. I literally talked to 1 or 2 people from high school. I knew a bunch of people too. Don't burn bridges like I did. I burned so many bridges because I thought I needed to remove my friends in order to gain new ones that are more successful and that I could learn from. And I ended up burning the bridges, and I was like, I kind of want to go back to those friends, but I can't anymore. But it's okay. I got to keep going. I got to move forward, and I got to learn from it. No one's perfect. I tried my best, and you know, it is what it is. Don't burn bridges. Focus on yourself and keep going. Your family wants what's best for you, but only you know what's best for you. Deeply follow your dreams and aspirations and don't slack off. If you follow the 1% life that everyone is scared to, everyone is going to tell you to go to college and get a 9 to 5. Remember, we only know what we know. So it's likely if your dad is a plumber, he's going to recommend you to be a plumber. If your dad works in a restaurant, or your mom, or whatever it is, or your family, they're going to push you into that career. They're going to push that career down your throat hard, because that's all they know. That's how they know how to make money, and that's the most they've made. So they're going to try to push that onto you because they want the best for you, right? Like my dad, he tried to push truck driving down my throat a little. Not really, but he did. He's like, have you thought about being a truck driver? It's good hours, you know, all this stuff. And I get it, because that's how he supported us, right? And I appreciate him for that. But the thing about everything, capitalism and everything, and all the everything's going up in value, and you know, everything's going up. Gas is gonna go up. The economy is all that. There's a lot to it. There's freaking stuff's gonna go up. Money's gonna lose value. Money gets printed every single day. If you think about it, money gets printed every day. So wouldn't money lose value if you think about it? Because one thing I heard about is gold and silver is never gonna lose value. It's actually gonna go up, because you could only find so much gold and silver. But if paper money always gets printed every single day, it's going to lose value. So if we're working for paper, isn't that redundant? And we're just losing value, and we're just losing everything. And you know, rent's going up and everything, and our jobs are staying at the same minimum wage and the same you know, money that we're earning. Whenever you're making like $20 or $30 an hour, aren't you really making like $4 less than what they tell you because of taxes? So really, like, how are we supposed to afford rent? How are we supposed to afford food? How are we supposed to afford our life costs, like everything about our life, right? So we got to turn up. We got to actually work harder than before. And you know, the more and more people are born, the more everything's gonna go up in value or in price, and you know, it's a whole freaking thing, bro. That's what I'm telling you guys. After high school, you think it's over, but no, this is the beginning of either you're going to be a slave for the rest of your life, or you're going to be able to have financial freedom in the future. You're not going to have time for your kids. You're not going to have time for your family. You're going to work every single day for 10 to 12 hours, and then you're going to be able to not see your family at all unless it's the weekend. You're like, okay, 1, 2, Saturday, Sunday, maybe after Friday you get off a little early, whatever, right? And then you keep doing that cycle for 30 to 40 years. And that's one thing that really, I was like, damn, I cannot be doing that for 30 to 40 years. Now what I can be doing is maybe running my own business or doing YouTube for the rest of my life. I'd rather do YouTube for the rest of my life and trying to make some, you know, financial revenue off of this than keep following a 9 to 5. And I get it, 9 to 5s, you need to work and you need to make money. I get it, but it's a trap. Everything's a trap. Like, if you don't hurry up and if you don't hustle and if you don't work hard to learn what what rich people do, learn all the successful individuals what they do. You know, there's a reason some of them didn't go to college. You know, I'm not saying all college is bad, but I mean, 43.2 million Americans are in debt right now, so in college. So, you know, I don't want everyone getting stuck in the debt trap. You know, it's a trap. Everything's a trap with no freedom. Imagine working that much and not being able to see your family at all, like, and not having freedom at all. Like, does that sound like you're gonna be happy at all? 30 to 40 years just working at a company where they don't value you. Maybe, I hope everybody gets valued where they go, but, you know, I don't want everybody getting stuck. Like, you know, I feel like I almost was stuck, but I feel like even at 60, even at 70, you're still not stuck. Whatever years you still have left, you have a lot of skills under your belt still that you could you know, make income off of. If you look at the KFC owner, he was like 70 and then he's a freaking billionaire. Don't give up ever. Like, it's not too late, even if you're 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. That's why I'm at 30 right now. I don't feel bad at all, because Mark Cuban was a billionaire when he was 35. I'm still trying to beat him. Like, I'm 31 now, but sorry, I feel like this guy is just out here listening to me. But yeah, I still have 4 years. I'm trying to beat him before I make my first million, right? So all that stuff. Yeah, you literally work, you come home, you eat, you shower, you sleep. Then you have 1 to 2 days off for your family on the weekends, then do it all over again. I couldn't do that. If that's what you want, then go ahead. If I don't know, like, I wouldn't have wanted that for myself at your age. And if I could do it different, here's what I would have done different. Thank you guys.